extra piece there on yours about the school security grant. We got an email on today. All right, I have 6 o'clock. I will call the meeting of Finance Committee on on our meeting here tonight together. You have your July 17th minutes in your hands. Let's look through those minutes. It also has minutes from the August discussion as well.
I did not have those completed yet. I'm sorry.
I apologize. We don't. It's all right.
Didn't have them done.
I discussed, I would like on the, where the wheel tax discussion came up. The main question on how, the main questions are how much will be levied and what is being funded. I did state, I'd like to add to that, that the discussion centered around a $100 wheel tax with a $40, as has been stated, 40% to capital outlay, 40% to the school capital outlay, and 20% to a capital outlay for satellite fire stations is where that discussion has thus far centered. I would like to add that to the minutes.
Okay, to the July minutes.
I think the same discussion was there as well. Anything else I saw looked good. Any discussion over the minutes otherwise? A motion to approve with the amendment. Do I hear a second? I have a second, Mr. Ford. Thank you, sir. All those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed?
I think your packet's up in one of those chairs.
I was about to say, I think she's got it there.
Okay.
All right, we have, if you will, next on our agenda, we'll look through the, you have your trustees cash balance for July, and then your financial summaries. We'll go through those, each of those. Of course, we're in the month of August, so there's not gonna be a lot of change in a very fresh budget. Any discussion on the trial balance sheet?
Correct, that's about.
Yeah, it's a balance as of now.
I think it's mainly ambulance. Because the park money's already been transferred over.
So it's not in there.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions there? If not, we'll move on into the July, looking at your financial summaries. Looking at the 101. Like I said, there's not gonna be a lot of revenues coming in or expenditures at this time likely, but looking through what we do have. Any discussion in revenues of 101? Correct, first month. Looking at the expenditures, then. 101. No discussion there. Moving to 111 urban service revenues. Like Mr. Ford said, not gonna show a lot in this place here. It's early in expenditures there as well. No discussion in 111. Moving to the 116 solid waste. Revenues or expenditures, any discussion?
Yes.
On that line 55,732, which looks a little, 18% is pretty high there in the first month. That's got the backhoe expense in there. No questions in 116, moving to 118 ambulance. No concerns there at this time. 121, it's just a pass-through dollar. 122 is well, county drug fund, it's pass-through money. 151 debt service. Any discussion there? Mr. Gregory?
80.3, is this mistypes?
I think there's a mistypo right there. I caught that same thing.
Where's that?
80.3 is total.
No, that is correct because we received $3.264 million to pay off those two loans.
So because of the money coming in to pay off the loans for that. So it's, okay,
That's why the expenditures are skewed.
Correct.
Because
We made that one-time payment to pay those two off.
they've been paid off in one place, but taken back into that other loan. Consolidated into one.
Mhm.
That makes a little more sense. Moving to 131. Pretty much pass through. There's a bit of money that the county gives. Any discussion there? If not, we'll move from bullet 3 there to bullet 4, budget amendments. We do see a couple, and you have a couple that have been added. Under everyone should have one laying on their desk for 14101 school security grant, the amount of $56,497.55. You should see that one laying as well. And added also is 10103 elections grant. You do not have a copy of this. I apologize in your packet at this time. You do have it on your email. 10103 election grant for $20,000. It is for equipment. To purchase equipment. It says purchase computers for the office. It'll be the election office. So there are 2 to be added. One to 101 and one to the 141. All right, looking at the first one we have here. 10101. Which is a grant awarded to the Tennessee Commission for Aging and Disability. It's an $8,000 grant there in that part, also using reverse funding for landscaping and new storage of the shed, a new storage shed. This is at the senior citizen home or center. There's a word I looked for. Any discussion on that one?
That's the new shed.
over that the vehicle goes under.
I think so.
I think if,
It might be their storage shed.
okay. Has it shown up?
She has not expensed it just yet.
So there's a new building?
They only want to buy. We only want that person that buy one to bring it.
I don't know.
Affected by it.
For what purpose, do we know?
And the one they have is deteriorating.
Sounds as if they have the storage building is deteriorating.
Sorry.
Storage building that we have currently is deteriorating there and they're purchasing another is what I hear. We can get further information on that one if needed. Any other questions on that 10101? Motion to approve. Do I hear a second? Motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? It does approve favorable. 10102 clerk office supplies. See $186 there for county clerk office equipment. I assume this is part of where we've moved and some other pieces.
Some new keyboards and things, but that comes out of one of my reserves.
Out of reserve funding.
Mhm.
Motion by Mr. Ford to approve, second by Mr. Gregory. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. It is favorable. We'll do the other 101 first at this point. If you'll add in 10103, which is elections grant. As I said there, we received an email, but you do not have a paper copy. Purpose is to use Secretary of State grant funding to purchase computers for the office. It's a $20,000 grant. 10103. Board, motion to approve. Do I hear a second? Mr. Gregory with a second on that. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, let me know by stating aye. Any opposed? It does pass favorable. Okay, I was keeping up with my notes here. Next, 118. You have EMS funding here, 11801. If you'll remember back in our budget and finance meetings for this year's budget, the line for PRN staff had 100,000 in it. It was stated that we weren't full staffed, so there was money available to cover that. So that was slashed. If you remember cutting that budget, this is putting money in that line item that is there from the staff is what it is. So it's understaffed. It's just transferring some money from that line into this. Is everybody clear with what we're talking about there? It is not adding any money into that budget. All clear? All right, any discussion otherwise? Have a motion to approve. Have a second by Mr. Ford. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. It is. Any opposed by no? It is favorable. Thank you. Next, as I said, you've got laying on your table there, 14101 school security grant. Everyone received an email on this one today too, right?
They should.
I think everyone received this in your email earlier today. It is as it says there, it's maintenance of plants. So in other words, security pieces, maintenance to the building. I'm sure Dr. Satterfield can give us more information. I know he's been looking at some quite a few things about egressing into your schools and some things, different security pieces that come with this. So some pieces there is what this grant is for. It is state money, grant money. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Mr. Ford has a motion to approve. Has a second by Mr. Atwood. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is favorable. Thank you. That does conclude our budget amendments. If you will, this committee also looks at purchasing. We had gotten behind a little bit on purchasing. We meant to get it on our July report and we just got it missed. If you will, you have from January through June of 23 purchasing to look at. You'll see that in a report there for you.
Senior center got the roof put on the. We got the roof put on the.
Didn't know we were doing it.
I don't remember doing that.
It's been down $363. Says senior center for forward, it's not forward. Yeah.
I
And
think
we got
that's, I
down-
think that's finished, yeah. Looks real good.
It's been paid out, so.
So 2 for 101, 1 for 111.
That's been last year.
Mhm.
And then 6 more. Anyway. Any questions anywhere on purchasing here in this case?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Where are we at?
just- On like food plan, you got jail food supplies. And the senior center, I understand that, but then on institutional wholesale, you got jail food and service and custodial supplies.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is he buying for?
From Foodland, they buy like bread, bologna, your basic perishables. From institution, I think it's other canned good items. I can't remember the exact itemized listing. The custodial supplies is also, trash bags, gloves,
Right.
just random.
Would you like to see that in a breakdown of which is senior center, which is jail in the future?
I would like to see what this, how much is actually being spent there.
Breakdown institutional, wholesale and Hartsville Food Land. Any other items?
All these items that the sheriff got on here, is that coming out of his regular budget?
Yes, sir. Where else would it come from?
We had some amendments for a couple of those along the way.
Everybody patrol cars.
That-
This is all last year.
Those are last year's patrol cars. Those in his budget last year. That's correct. Those will be shown in your next from this. I assume he's made that order. I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you ever get his cars?
I think he told us these three had shown up or were in the process of coming that way.
Oh, it's time I talked to him, you hadn't got them.
Hadn't registered any. Ms. Rita says he hasn't registered any, so they may not be in. No, he told us when he was looking at purchasing those others, they were gonna be about a year out from when he had ordered the ones the year before, so I took that as meaning they were very close. He would have ordered them last year, roughly at this time.
They got 7,
You're talking about on the next year's,
yeah,
this year budget.
well, this year.
That'd be 7, I believe that's correct. Yes, sir. These are not those that we're talking about, though. These are 3 that were ordered last year.
Right.
Yes, sir.
We can still use our custodial service. It's been here the same.
That Queens All County.
Most of them. Mhm.
Which ones are included there?
I knew that was gonna be the next question. So it's your admin building, your senior center, your criminal justice. They will do the community center when Mr. Odell has run out of hours. I believe they do the election office and the courthouse when it's back in service.
And they will do the courthouse when it's back in service.
Mhm.
Is that under this same contract or
It
would that
is.
cost addition?
Should be under the same contract.
And they're giving us the day you got on the road out.
No,
No,
Maybe before the year, 1 year mark of that being out of there will come up, hopefully. Any other questions within your purchasing? We will get this back on a quarterly, so you'll see it again come up a little earlier than would be. It generally comes up quarterly. We can motion to approve the purchasing report. Got a motion to approve the purchasing report as read. Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of that approval, let it be known by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is favorable. Say we'll try to keep a little bit better, move on that quarterly. All right, moving from there. We are at any, discussion items. we've discussed everything that I know of that is in front of us right now, on number 6 there. We do not have at this time, we met last week and I appreciate those commissions coming out. I've actually had some people from the community stop me in town and say, look, it was glad to see the number of commissioners that had shown. That was good to see the people are watching and hearing. A lot of favorable conversation and hopefully in the near future, we can get some more writing of some of that conversation that was had and get some things to that point. But at this point, no other discussion items to bring forth. I don't see any main public that might want to discuss anything. So if not, entertain a motion to adjourn. That's quick. Do I hear a second?
I say.
All those in favor, let me know by stating aye. Thank you for your time